Hello, everybody, and happy Tuesday. It is Elena with Elena K, and I hope all of you are having a beautiful day so far and a beautiful week so far. It is April 26th. I never know what the date is. I'm terrible with this, but I know I missed yesterday. I'm trying to kind of give you guys some weekly themes, I would say, or some cards for the week to help you guys. And there is this hair that's bothering me. Oh my gosh. Okay, so trying to get better at this. It's just been hard because I try to work around my client schedule or just life in general. It's just been so busy. But today I'm here. I am here, and it's okay that it's Tuesday. But I wanted to hop on here, and I was really thinking about like what was it that I really wanted to come on here and talk to you guys a little bit about prior to pulling some cards for everybody. And this morning, I really honored myself by getting my mammogram done, my annual mammogram, and I was in there and there was a beautiful quote by somebody that I had read on the wall, and it was just talking about like taking care of yourself, and like basically in a nutshell it was saying that like when you take care of yourself, you become your own best friend. You are the best friend that you basically have been seeking. And I just loved that. I was sitting there thinking about how I just really am taking moments now in my day or in my week, and I'm choosing to honor myself. And what I mean by honoring myself is I kind of like hold my hands to my heart or my chest, and I just kind of give myself a simple moment of gratitude of like, you're doing great. Like, wow, this is a really hard time for you. You're doing great. Or good for you for making the time to take care of your health or your body, or good for you for walking today, or good for you for taking a nap when you really needed it. You could have pushed yourself, but you didn't do that. So I'm really trying to just be mindful of what it really means to take care of myself, not to just put an appointment on the calendar and make that happen, but taking a moment to kind of honor like that I'm seeing you take care of yourself. And it's really important for all of you out there to do that. And this morning I posted a prayer out to those that I wanted to recognize who may be struggling today. And so I wanted to say that I would say that today's topic is a little bit about mental health. It is a little bit about healing, and it's a little bit about what it means to have self-care. And like always, I always want to preface this. Always, always, always. I am not a licensed therapist, and I'm not a doctor. So for those who really truly need to get that extra help, who are not feeling like themselves and really need to talk to somebody, please do yourself a favor and honor yourself by getting yourself checked by your doctor and by seeing a therapist. I think therapists are amazing people, and they are here to help us work through some stuff. So please do that. Please make yourself a priority. So all of the information I'm talking about today is coming from my own perspective and my own experiences. And more than ever, I would say that I am really taking a true check of myself. Like, am I taking my supplements? Am I walking? Am I working out? Am I moving my body? Am I drinking enough water? And water has become, by the way, my best friend right now. And let me just start with this conversation about water. So I received a facial last week, which in itself, I blasted Summer and her amazing facial. I was having another spiritual experience on the table last week on her massage table. And we were talking about water and how important it is to just drink water and all of this stuff. And I know everyone talks about it, but I was really thinking about it. And it's something that's so simple for all of us to do, and yet we don't do it. And yet we know it's so beneficial for us, right? It hydrates our skin. It hydrates our internal systems. It's just so good for our cells. It just makes everything function well. And let's be clear here. It helps us to truly release out toxins and other wastes from our body. And on a spiritual level, does help us release stuff. So I want to just talk about just what it means to recognize how water kind of became this thing for me last week, where I was recognizing like, I'm not helping my system flesh out what it needs to. But even on a spiritual level, am I doing what's necessary to release attachments to myself of things that I just don't want to hold on to? Thoughts, stories I've convinced myself of that to make up to be the truth in my life. Like all of these different things. Like, what am I holding on to that I don't want to hold on to anymore? And why am I holding on to stuff? Why am I holding on to old stories and limiting stories that just don't serve me anymore? Like all of it. And it just became this, the last 4 to 5 days, I've just been tremendously in this zone of like understanding what it means to set boundaries for myself, like letting go of like just things that don't serve me. Like I can, that's a whole topic in itself. So that could be its own live topic, to be honest. So I just am starting to realize that I really want to invite in this energy and activate within myself to recognize when I want to simplify my life and I want to declutter. I'm decluttering my mind. I want to kind of like not eat bad stuff. I want to eat clean stuff. I'm basically what I'm doing when I'm recognizing I'm feeling these vibrations, I'm feeling these thoughts kind of roll in. I'm recognizing truly at the end of the day that my soul is craving that. So I need to pay attention to that. And so if you're out there and you're feeling like I need to reset myself, I need to restructure my life, I want to let go of old limiting thoughts and ego thoughts, don't start tomorrow, start today. And something as simple as drinking water is not only a physical reminder that we're taking care of ourselves, but it's a spiritual and an intuitive reminder that we're helping release out old things from ourselves. So I remember that every time I'm drinking water, I'm literally downing it now, and I'm using like my glass straws. Like I'm being mindful of everything that I'm doing. And every time I drink water now, I'm like, yep, do your thing, soul, do your thing, body, like let go. You already know what to do. Hello, Elena, good morning. I'm like, drinking the water helps me remember that it already knows what it needs to let go of. I'm just here for the ride. I'm just checking in. And interesting, as I started to increase my water last week, I was having download and message after message come in. And I kept hearing like, create stronger boundaries, like love yourself more, nurture yourself more. All of these things started coming in. I'm finishing up my son. There's a lot of volunteering I'm doing, and I'm kind of like at a place of like, I'm ready to close a lot of chapters on volunteering and spending more time with myself and my business. And I'm just like, all of these things are starting to come in. Lori, good morning. Oh, you're so welcome. I'm so happy that you're resonating with this message. Yeah, I'm just like starting to just recognize like I'm ready to like let go of old identities. I'm ready to let go of old stories and all of this stuff. Like, what am I waiting for? I want to like live the most authentic life and the most authentic self. And I'm just ready to fully immerse myself into having more time for myself, for my family, and I've just given out a lot over the years, many, many, many years. And a lot of people who personally know me understand what I'm talking about. I'm ready to let go of a lot of stuff. So I'm in this space of truly what it means to self-care, self-nurture, all of it. I'm here. So I hope all of this is kind of, and I really feel like I want to do like a video, a live of all the supplements I'm taking, kind of this new way I'm taking care of myself. Like, I want to kind of have a talk about all of that stuff because I'm on this new groove and I'm feeling incredible right now. So it's exciting. So I felt like it was appropriate to use these two specific decks. And before I get into them, I wanted to talk about the crystal I'm using today. And it is called a blue lace agate, and it is kind of like a little bit of a worry stone. I love it. I hold it when I'm like doing readings. It is so healing and so nurturing, and it helps me relieve stress. It helps me promote self-compassion. You can see how beautiful it is. It's very peaceful. It promotes all of these beautiful energies. And I'm telling you, when you guys start working with crystals, don't worry about getting so hooked on the specific verbiage of what they're supposed to do for you. Like, sometimes when you guys see a crystal, like, you're like, that's my crystal. I know it's my crystal. When I saw this, I was like, I have to have that crystal. It is so just gentle, and I will hold it and I will put it in my pocket. So today, blue lace agate is really good to help promote that energy of like peace and sleep and all of that stuff. So it just feels really good to bring into this space as I'm kind of talking to you guys about your readings for this week. So this week I wanted to focus on decks that were all going to be about self-care and reminding you with an affirmation deck by Gabby Bernstein about just the remembering of who you are and the spiritual wisdom that we always can tap into. So I wanted to pull some cards from this deck. Now, Cheryl Richardson is such a gentle author, and I love her energy. So this is called the Self-Care Wisdom Cards. And I wanted to read the back because I thought it was super important. It says, this joyful and whimsical illustrated card deck puts the power to care for yourself and thereby for others. Because obviously we know that we really can't help others until we are really working on ourselves. That's the truth there. So literally in your hands, based on a beloved classic deck that's been fully revised with new artwork and fresh ideas for our modern times, these cards carry gentle but clear reminders of what's essential for self-care. To slow down, trust yourself, honor your body, which is what we talked about, release judgment, say no when you need to, and open yourself up to change. And one of the things I have been witnessing in the most recent 2 weeks, there's a lot, be very careful when I say this, there's a lot of anger out there right now. People are really angry, quick to judge, quick to be impatient. And if you find yourself doing that, I want you just to step back. If you find yourself doing that, step back, take a deep breath, and breathe an energy of self-compassion, because obviously you're working through something. And when we're going through moments of frustration or anger or impatience, we need to check out what's happening. Why am I feeling this way? Why am I judging that person? Why am I being impatient? What is that about? What do I need to do right now to soothe my soul, to care for myself a little bit more? Because if we want to really understand how to heal the consciousness of the world, it starts with ourselves. And that is the truth. If you're not checking yourself, you can't expect the healing to happen in this world. We all play a role, and we are all responsible for our energy that we put out. So I feel like it's such a reminder that we are all, as each individuals, responsible for doing our self-care check and to check in with ourselves and asking, how am I taking care of myself right now? Do I need to bump this up a little bit more? Do I need time off? Do I need to sleep more? Am I judging too much? What's happening? And so I feel like these cards are going to kind of give you some messages maybe that you need. And then the Spirit Junkie deck is called by Spirit. It's the Spirit Junkie book. So she based off some cards off of that. And it says here, a spirit junkie is someone who fully embraces their unique gifts and uses them to be a force for good in the world. And when we love and accept ourselves, we shine brightly, and that energy radiates outward, inspiring others to do the same. So when we shine our bright lights, when we embrace our lights, when we expand our light, we're inspiring others to do the same thing. We are doing our parts, and that's really, really important. So let's pull some cards. So like always, 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 take a deep breath in, close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and breath out. And just stay here for a moment and ask your soul which pile 1, 2, or 3, are you needing to hear today? Okay, so let's get started. So let's see what pile number 1 is about. It's interesting, as I always am shuffling the cards, I'm getting like downloads about other stuff right now, so I have to kind of shut that off. And I'm just trying really hard just to focus on pile 1. So if you are in pile number 1 and you're feeling like being pulled in different directions, stay here and focus on this pile, okay? Your pile number 1. Because I'm feeling like, wow, even my cards are like all over the place. So if you're pile number 1, maybe you're feeling a little frazzled lately. Maybe you're feeling off. Maybe you're being pulled in multiple different directions. Just take a deep breath and stay here. Stay focused on this energy. Okay, now I feel better. Okay, here we go. And wow, let's see. Okay, your first card says, speak up. Now, we are dealing with the throat chakra, and is that interesting that the blue lace agate specifically works with the throat chakra. And so you're being called into action to speak up about something. This is to honor, maybe this is to honor yourself, to express yourself. Maybe you're feeling like right now you are not able to express how you feel because you're afraid to hurt someone's feelings, or you're afraid of being ridiculed, okay? And it says if you avoid conflict to keep the peace, then you start a war inside of yourself, right? Isn't that crazy? So if you're pile number 1, what information are you storing in that you need to express and let out? And we talked earlier about release. We talked about release earlier and how important it is to, again, as we're drinking our water, I'm asking for myself to honor, to wash away just those energies that just don't serve me anymore. So what are you holding in that you need to express out? What is happening with that, okay? And I kind of want to pull, I'm actually gonna add an additional deck here. It's called the Awakened Soul. And maybe this will help us have some more depth to our readings today. So this is still pile number 1. So we're pulling additional information about speaking up. Okay, so we're going to get extra assistance into this reading. Let's see here. Bear with me here. Yeah, I said to you earlier, this is called action. So I said to you, there's a call to action with this. Remember, there's an action to speak up. So this is the action card. I just said that. So this card in this deck is the reminder that you are able, capable, brave, and that you can have the courage to speak up. You're this warrior energy. Don't forget who you are. Don't forget your power. Don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to ruffle feathers. Sometimes we need to ruffle feathers. And sometimes, I think a lot of the times we get nervous about being in uncomfortable situations, but how unfortunate that we're willing to close our mouth, not speak up, not speak our mind, not express ourselves, not speak our truth for the sake of others, and yet we're willing to sacrifice our own mental health, our own self-care, our own love for ourselves, our own energy for the sake of others. So check yourself on that. It's really interesting. So I'm sorry, there's something like I keep hearing boundaries, like it's not worth it. You have to check yourself here. Why am I self-sacrificing for others? So that's really important. So your mantra for this week, your affirmation card from the Spirit Junkie deck is, I'm not making this stuff up. This is so crazy. Taking care of myself is a radical act of love. Taking care of myself is a radical act of love. So your call to action is to love yourself. Speak up. That's pile number 1. What a great way to start this reading. Okay, so pile number 2, we are starting with you. Okay, I'm filling it 1 second. And here we go. Love. Love people. Love them with all your heart, but just be sure to love yourself first. This is really the message, you guys. Are you guys seeing this now? Just be sure to love yourself first. So you can love others. So if you're pile number 2, I feel like you're always willing to give out all the time. But when are you giving to yourself? Are you always on the go? Are you always making sure your schedule is jam-packed? Are you always saying yes to others? This is a card I had to check with myself this weekend. I literally am right here on this card. This is my card for myself. So this is where I'm at. So I need to recognize that I am a priority. Are you making yourself a priority in your life? So that's pile number 1. Let's pull an additional card from the Awakened Soul deck. Again, we're still in pile number 2. Meditate. What a beautiful card. Love this card. In meditation, there is a tremendous power that you can access. We all can in meditation. And this meditation space that you are being asked to do is where you're going to tap into the remembering of yourself. Meditation does not have to take more than a minute, just FYI. So in this space, tap into your personal energy and see where it comes from. Remember who you are. Remember that you're a priority. See how you feel before you go into meditation and how you feel coming out afterwards. How does that feel? What shift happened? What downloads did you get? Put on some beautiful music and just tap into this energy. So pile number 2, you're being asked to meditate. Meditate for yourself. Meditate for self-love. So self-love meditation would be great for you. A heart chakra, heart binaural beats regarding the heart chakra would be good. And it says, I am in sync with the flow of life. So in pile number 2, this is about being in flow. So pile number 2, this is your affirmation card. Maybe there's a part of you that feels like you have to go 1,000,000 miles per minute just to feel successful, or that you're accomplishing, or there's something here, but there's a lot of resistance. You're actually not feeling good. You're being asked in pile number 2 to be in flow energy, to flow with life, to flow with things, to not be so much in control. What are you trying to control in pile number 2? Okay, so it's really interesting in pile. So pile number 3, let's see here. Let's see what we're pulling here. You never know what we're gonna get. Authenticity. Authenticity. That's the card for pile number 3. Live life for you, not the audience in your head. Wow. Live life for you, not the audience in your head. That is a really powerful statement. Because when we live in our head, what we're doing is we're living up to the expectations that we've placed on ourselves of based upon what others are going to think about us, or the expectations of like what we've been taught in our life from our childhood. How are you not being authentic to yourself in pile number 3? What do you really want to do that you're not honoring? And how do you get there? What do you need to do now to get rid of the things that you're just not aligned with, or that doesn't align with the life that you want to live? What do you need to do? So being authentic means being honest with yourself. You have to get honest with yourself, okay? So let's get a deeper reading by pulling, again, still pile number 3. And judgments. Judgments. This card is a very powerful card. You need to see yourself. There, you know, come on, this is crazy. So when we're not authentic, there's a place within ourselves that knows that like most people who are not authentic with themselves truly cannot see, they don't want to see the truth. They don't want to see themselves. They don't want to be honest with what's really happening. But to be authentic, like I said, means that you're willing to see yourself. You're willing to see the challenge, the resistance, and all this stuff. And also, how are you being critical of yourself? So when you hear, there's no way I can be authentic. There's no way. I'm going to fail somebody. I'm going to fail myself. I'm going to fail the expectations of others. There's this whole roundabout, this circle that keeps going back and forth and back and forth, okay? So pile number 3, that's your work, I would say, for sure. And let's see here. The more I honor my inner light, which is being authentic, the more I brighten the world. I choose to shine. So honor your lights by being authentic. That's how you're going to honor yourself, is by being real, by being honest. Okay? I hope this talk and these messages have helped you guys. I hope they kind of, I would say, awakened you if you're feeling like you needed this push to love yourself today, or to hear these messages to kind of get the ball rolling on something. I just hope it all helped. So if you're out there, I hope you are all having a beautiful day. And whenever you are watching this, I hope these messages have served you. And I hope all of you guys are being kind to yourselves, loving yourselves today. And I will see you guys all later. Thank you for seeing this video. For those who have joined me and who are here, I appreciate you. Thank you so much, and have a beautiful day and a beautiful week. All right, guys. Bye-bye.